Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stinger Stadium for this game between the Concordia Stingers women's soccer team and the McGill Redbirds. Concordia coming off a difficult game on Friday, losing 2-0 to UDM, who have been controlling the league so far with 4 wins. And so that was going to be a difficult task for them. However, Concordia sitting in 6th place at the moment with 1 win, 3 defeats, and a draw to their name. They have 5 goals for and 8 goals conceded, so they're going to look to try and score some goals today and stay on the clean side defensively. They currently have 4 points, and if they can get a win today, they would jump up to 4th place. However, they do have 2 games in hand over McGill, so this is an important game. They would have 1 game in hand over McGill, so this is an important game for the Stingers if they are looking for playoffs this year, as is almost every game. However, the games against the teams you are closest to in the table are obviously going to impact your chances of getting into the playoffs a bit more than a team, for example, like Montreal, who are just going to cruise into the playoffs, probably in 1st place as well. Rachel Vermeer stands over the ball and gets ready to get us underway. Colin James Van den Amele, your commentator today, alongside Blake Saraga doing production. It is the breast cancer awareness game as well. The stadium has been spruced up with some pink elements to it to remind everybody of the important cause that it is. Always a good chance to remind people that it is important to donate to causes such as these. As we are underway with Rachel Vermeer passing it back to Devin Vermeer, who immediately launches it upfield. So the Concordia Stingers looking for a win today at home. The men's team faced McGill just under an hour ago and unfortunately fell by a 3-2 defeat with a late penalty being converted by McGill. However, hopefully that game does not inspire this McGill team to do the same, as they have a big game ahead of them, with Concordia looking solid this season. Some of the games haven't gone their way exactly as they would have hoped. However, they've shown quality and they've shown moments in games that tells you that they could make the playoffs this year. Granted, they will need the results and the goal scoring. Rachel Vermeer sends it high and forward towards Aristide on the far side, who gets a starting position today after coming off the bench early in the first half on Friday against UDM and providing some speed down the wings. She was very promising in her stint against UDM, and so she is rightfully rewarded with a starting spot today. The starting lineup for Concordia, a similar one: Ashley Burdick, Brianna Panazza, Holly Hartland, Maeva Dion, Emily Agradonis, Alexiane Tremblay, Rachel Vermeer, Devin Vermeer, Juliana Faustini in the midfield, Alma Aristide over on right wing, and starting in goal is Rosalie Giroir after taking back the starting role from Naila Louisan last game against UDM. On the other side, Camille Berg, Gisèle De Leon, Georgia Baldwin, Elizabeth Pronovost, Emma Inquiarte, Alexandra Hughes Goyette, Amélie Baudet-Godet, Poppy Honeybone, Ariane Lavoie, Ayla Kamdar, and in goal, and Stéphanie Fortin round out the starting 11 for McGill as Devin Vermeer turns. She'll play a through ball for Juliana Faustini, but that one not in her path, and it's put out of play by Berg. Maeva Dion on the throw-in will send it forward for Ashley Burdick. She's confronted there by Lavoie, and the ball rolls out for a Concordia throw. Beautiful afternoon game here at the heart of NDG at the Concordia Loyola campus, as that ball goes under the foot of Ashley Burdick and will head out for a McGill goal kick as the sun is shining. Beautiful day for football or soccer, whatever you want to call it. Aristide applying pressure on the far side. The ball comes off Holly Hartland. It's played into the middle towards Inkiarte. She's under pressure by Ashley Burdick, but does well and recovers, and it's launched forward by Berg. Holly Hartland sends it back where it came from. Nice move by Devin Vermeer, who gets it for Rachel. She'll play it in the way of Ashley Burdick. Heavy touch, and it's cleared away by Berg. She finds Lavoie. Lavoie can turn and bring it upfield with a nice switch of play to the far side. That's Giselle de Leon. She'll spread the play, but it's intercepted by Faustini. Berg. Moved on by Inkiarte. Emily Agradonis fighting for the ball in the midfield, but it's controlled by the Redbirds. Kamdar advances it on the wing, and it's played back. McGill with only 2 goals this season as this ball is played forward, and it rolls out for a goal kick. So McGill only 2 goals this season. However, they've only conceded 2 goals as well. Rosalie Giroir on the goal kick for Concordia. She was a starter in almost every game last season. However, Naila Louison, new signing for Concordia, came in this year as well and started most of the games, first 3 games at least, and it was a little bit difficult at the back, some mistakes. However, Naila Louison did play well, showing her talents in goal. However, Coach Wilfred Monti has decided to come back to Rosalie Giroir and give her her chance in goal. Honeybone will try and chip it forward for Kamdar. Holly Hartland's clearance is off Kamdar. Emily Agradonis sees that ball bounce out of play. As we get a round of applause in the crowd, again celebrating this breast cancer awareness game. Obviously such an important cause, and lots of pink in the crowd, which is beautiful to see as well. Hughes Goyetz on the ball, turning this way, and that ultimately rolls it out for a Concordia goal kick. Rosalie Giroir puts it back in play. Ashley Burdick brings it down, however it's intercepted by Inkiarte, and it's played back where Berg will reset with Baudet Godet. Baudet Godet. De Leon. Baudet Godet. Played on by Lavoie, cleared by Dion. Inkiarte being wrestled down by Faustini, and the foul is called, and it results in a McGill possession with Baudet Godet relaying it to Berg. Berg's centering attempt is blocked by Faustini, and the return pass by Ashley Burdick a little too heavy, and it's out once more, and it's McGill possession. De Leon. Pronovost. Brianna Panazza. Up the middle. Chopping back is Baldwin. She loses it. Emily Agradonis. Tremblay. Hartland. Thumped away by Rosalie Giroir. Vermeer brings it down. Meva Dion. Faustini with a chance to settle it down. Devin Vermeer tries to spread the play to her sister, can't find her. And it's in the heart of the midfield with Honeybone. Lavoie. Devin Vermeer. Rachel Vermeer. Faustini can't keep it in play. Berg. Baldwin. Lavoie. Chipped through, and that pass, a poor one, intended for Honeybone. If that was executed properly, maybe she would have had a chance to run in on goal. However, that one finds Brianna Panazza in the near right corner, and she'll play a ball through for Maeva Dion, who runs onto it. She's blocked in her tracks, where Faustini then picks it up. She's tackled off the ball. Lavoie and Giroir comes out of the net to take the ball. Devin Vermeer in the heart of the midfield tries a silky move. However, it's taken away from her. McGill trying to organize and create. Faustini, who's seen a lot of the ball, gets wiped out by Inchiarte. And the ref is going to bring it back and call the foul. Faustini can't get to the ball before Pronovost runs it out of play. Berg. Devin Vermeer. Berg once more on the throw-in for McGill. As the throw-ins continue up the line. Now a chance maybe for Honeybone to deliver into the box, but Brianna Panazza recovers well, and she plays it up the line for Maeva Dion into the middle. Ashley Burdick settles it down. Nice layoff for Emily Agridonis. On this near side, Faustini tries to keep it moving for Ashley Burdick. However, she can't find her. That pass by Lavoie, a poor one, and it's intercepted by the Stingers, where Emily Agridonis will try the patented through ball for Aristide, who hasn't seen much of the ball over on that far right side, as there's a collision in the middle. Liagradonis is down. The referee yet to stop the game. He finally does. And he can check in on Liagradonis. So an off-ball injury, as the athletic training staff will come and check in on Concordia's number 10. And hopefully she will be all right to continue. She looks to be in quite some pain, but we'll afford her the time to get to her feet. So Emily Agradonis receives a round of applause from the crowd as unfortunately she cannot get to her feet by herself. She's carried off by the athletic training staff. Coming into the game will be Ana Maria Di Primio. And that is an unfortunate end to the game for Emily Agradonis, who seemed to have hurt her right ankle. And that is very unfortunate. Also a big loss for the Concordia Stingers. Emily Agradonis was preparing the stands earlier. She was the one who put the white and pink ribbons around the handrails in the stands, and it's unfortunate in such a big game and a game that means so much as well that she has to find herself back on the bench so early due to an injury. So we wish Emily Agradonis the best, and hopefully she'll be able to recover quickly. But the game goes on. La Voix. Nkiarte. Central towards Honeybone. Cleared away by Meva Dion. And McGill will reset at the back with Boudegodet. Promising move by McGill. The ball is put out of play by Tremblay. Corner kick for the Redbirds. So Honeybone on the corner for McGill. She'll deliver it into the box, and maybe a first chance for McGill to get a good look on target. Honeybone's delivery, a high one towards the back post. It's headed away by the Stingers. Ashley Burdick gets there, and she'll put it out of play for a throw-in on the near side. Berg gets it back, but the pass from Lavoie was bad, and it's out of play. Dion. Ashley Burdick settles it down. And the Stingers with a chance to break out. Burdick's ball rolls down the line and out of play. She was looking for Rachel Vermeer. As they are very close, you can see that all the women are sporting pink ribbons in their hair to support the cause. A beautiful gesture. As Alexandre Tremblay gets in the way, Honeybone raising for it as well. Cleared away by Holly Hartland, but only as far as Lavoie. Honeybone back for Lavoie. She lofts one into the box where it's headed away by Vermeer. Her sister Rachel gets to it, and Faustini can break out for the Stingers. Ana Maria Di Primio, who came on to replace Emily Agradonis, gets it to Vermeer under pressure. She'll just bring it down the line herself. Plays it on for Di Primio in a tough spot. 1 versus 2. Ultimately loses the ball, gets to it again, where Honeybone has it for McGill. She launches one towards the far side. Holly Hartland positioned properly to get in the way. Vermeer pokes at it. Down on the deck is Lavoie, and it's sent to the far side for Camdart to control, being watched by Aristide. Pronovost into the middle. Hughes Goyette still on the ball. Long shot by Hughes Goyette goes high. Strong connection, but a little too strong as it sails over the crossbar. Holly Hartland. Devin Vermeer. Forward for Rachel Vermeer. Her pass bounces off a defender. Alexiane Tremblay lofts it clear. Aristide settles it towards Ashley Burdick, where it's once again rejected by McGill. Devin Vermeer trying to get the ball back. Faustini battling as well. Rachel Vermeer stepping away from a challenge. She'll play it back, and Holly Hartland will reset the ball for Concordia with Rosalie Giroir. Nice ball into space. Meva Dion can pick it up. De Premio falls over the ball, however recovers nicely. Brianna Panazza. Pronovost. Baudet-Godette. Berg. Looking for Lavoie. Can only find Meva Dion. De Premio settles it down. However, it's Baldwin who picks up the ball. Off Alexiane Tremblay, looking to clear before Hughes Goyette got there. Rachel Vermeer pokes at it. Ashley Burdick picks it up. She had Rachel Vermeer streaking down the middle. However, doing amazing was Godette to make sure the ball couldn't find her. De Leon. Baudet-Godette into the middle for Pronovost. She slips past Faustini and spreads it out wide. Kamdar. Inchiarte. Pronovost. Shut down by Vermeer. Faustini for Rachel Vermeer. Nice through ball. Here's Aristide streaking down the wing. Maybe a first chance for the Stingers in the game. Cuts it on her left foot. Takes the shot and puts it high. Promising move by Aristide, who also had a lot of options as well. However, the ultimate last shot was high and over the crossbar in what was a promising move for the Stingers. Hughes Goyette. Brianna Panazza. De Premio. Outside of the foot pass for Ashley Burdick. Holly Hartland. Being pressured from behind. However, she sticks with it. Holly Hartland goes on. Survives the challenges, but however the ball comes back to Fortin. McGill's last game was a 0-0 tie against UQAM. And before that, they won an unlikely game against Laval, a 1-0 victory at home. Here's Rachel Vermeer. Flying down the wing, ultimately poked away from her by Kamdar. And the Stingers have a throw-in on the far side. Holly Hartland launches it into the box. It takes a bounce. Ashley Burdick is there. It's cleared away, and running onto it is Baldwin. She just boots it high, where Alexiane Tremblay will sprint back and get to it. Sends it back towards McGill territory. A Honeybone. Baldwin with a nice move. And Faustini breaks up the play nicely with Holly Hartland and Alexiane Tremblay. Aristide, nice layoff. Faustini put out of play by Camdar. Last season, McGill finished second with 8 wins, 4 defeats, and 2 losses. Good season for McGill, where they lost to Laval in the first round of the playoffs. Laval going on to beat UDM as well to win the RSEQ. Rachel Vermeer on the far side. Drops it back. Aristide, Devin Vermeer. Faustini. Driving forward. Rachel Vermeer into the box. A nice delivery. However, it's only met by a McGill player. That was Woody Godet's getting it away. Godet again clearing it. Aristide taken down. No call from the referee. It'll come back from Maeva Dion from distance, and that one's high. A solid attempt from well out. Maeva Dion looking for something special. However, it sails over the crossbar for a McGill goal kick. De Premio. Panazza. Holly Hartland. Aristide lets it run. She'll try and get to it. However, Ashley Burdick's in and around the ball. It's poked out by Inchiarte. Or De Leon, rather. And Holly Hartland once again has a chance to throw it into the box. It gets past Rachel Vermeer, headed away by Pronovost, still jumping around. Need forward by Faustini, and Fortin commandingly out of her net to come collect the ball. She'll get the play going quickly with Camille Berg. Lavoie back for Berg. De Premio applying pressure. Boudet Godet. De Leon. Pronovost. Godet. Lavoie. Baldwin. Alexiane Tremblay gets in the way. Nice move by McGill until it was broken down by number 14 defending for the Stingers. Berg. She holds on to it, tries to go for the long switch. Once again, Alexiane Tremblay in the way. And Holly Hartland uses the body to win a throw-in for the Stingers. Devin Vermeer. Baldwin. Alexiane Tremblay picks it up. Sends a nice ball for Aristide. And it's cleared away by the Redbirds at the back. Alexiane Tremblay trying to go for the chip over Honeybone and ultimately commits the foul as she dragged her down. And the Redbirds have a free kick at the halfway line. Holly Hartland watches that ball go out of play, uses her frame to defend the ball, and wins a goal kick for the Stingers without putting it out of play. Berg. Godetz. And Kiarte was under pressure and got it back to Godetz. De Leon. Pronovost. Hughes Goyetz. Put out of play by Alexiane Tremblay. Devin Vermeer. Plays it for Rachel Vermeer, running into space. Look at her fly. Rachel Vermeer will hold on to it. Looks long, and that pass a little wayward. Kamdar, as that ball is deemed to have gone out by the referee. Just over half an hour gone in this game between Concordia and McGill, two old rivals. Not much in terms of chances so far in this game. This stalemate affair so far is both teams figuring each other out. Alexiane Tremblay, who's been noticeable in the first half, clears it. And it's seen out of play by Kamdar as Ashley Burdick tried to keep it alive. However, the ball was just a little too heavy, and it'll be a Redbird goal kick. Berg on the near side, evading the pressure of De Premio, who recovers, gets it into Goyette, and Brianna Panazza, doing well defensively, is ultimately shoved to the ground by Goyette in frustration, and she wins the free kick. Aristide pokes it forward for Faustini, can't get to it. Honeybone. And a misplay by the Redbirds, and here comes Aristide for the Stingers, all by herself on the far side. Plays a nice ball into the box, looking for Ashley Burdick. However, coming out of her net was Fortin to catch that cross and kill the play. Inquiarte being watched by Devin Vermeer. She'll get it back to De Leon. Faustini picks up a ball in the midfield. Her touch a little too heavy means that she showed too much of it to Pronovost, who has it for the Redbirds. Berg. She'll drive with it, and she ultimately runs it out of play herself, with DePremio pushing her a bit in the back. Meva Dion throws it over DePremio. Ashley Burdick settles it down. DePremio trying to help out. Goyette, central for Baldwin. Hits it off the referee as she was looking for the switch. And the referee is going to blow it down and let McGill reset. He's going to bring it back. And this is a drop ball as it hit the referee and not a free kick. De Leon at the back, looking for options. Goyette back to her defensive partner. And Faustini with a nice tackle. Faustini sticks with it. Beautiful play. Very gritty and tenacious is Faustini, always giving it her all, 110%, as she wins the ball back again. A one-woman wrecking crew as she wins the foul. Giuliana Faustini with a little highlight there. Holly Hartland launches it upfield. It's met by the Redbirds. Alexiane Tremblay wide for Holly Hartland, stepping past one player, can't get past the other. And Tremblay out of play for a Redbirds throw. Faustini back for Holly Hartland. Rosalie Giroir takes a touch under pressure and gets it away. Faustini falls on the ball and it rolls out. Centering play by the Redbirds finds the ball on the other side of the field, where Meva Dion safely sees it run out of play. So the McGill Martlets for the women's team. My mistake. Devin Vermeer, Rachel Vermeer, stepping away from a challenge. She rolls one forward for Aristide, and her touch a little too heavy, and it's back in the possession of the Martlets. Holly Hartland, Aristide, Ashley Burdick, back to Aristide. This is nice play from the Stingers. Bouncing ball, Vermeer trying to run onto it. Headed back towards Fortin, and she has it in her possession. Head-to-head last season, McGill took both games against Concordia, scoring 3 goals in each. As we see Victoria Lawrence on e-scooter, cheering up the crowd, bringing some energy, and a game that needs some energy. Victoria Lawrence, a star for the women's basketball team, as we cannot wait to get the basketball season underway as well. I know Blake Saraga, my producer and commentator for the basketball games, is anxious for it to start. Be with some applause as well for Victoria Lawrence. She, coming out of Ontario, joined this women's basketball team, and she really turned into a star, flourishing in her role. So it just shows the quality of Concordia sports. So many great players, so much chemistry around the teams as well, coming to support each other. As Baldwin sees that ball go out of play. Lots of unity around these teams here at Concordia, all supporting each other in their endeavors. As the ball is put out for a Mévadion throw. Once again, these Sunday games can lack some energy after having played intense games on Friday. Players are tired, but not Juliana Faustini, who is only energy. On she goes, and they're going to say the ball went out of play. But it was a nice run by Juliana Faustini. Mévadion takes one off the thigh. Berg on the throw for the Martlets. Godette. De Leon. Honeybone. Out wide. Cleared away by Alexiane Tremblay. De Leon. Rosalie Giroir comes well out of the net to try and get the ball. And now a chance for McGill. And a crucial block by Brianna Panazza as Lavoie was looking to tee one up. And it's cleared away by Brianna Panazza as seems like Rosalie Giroir, a bit bored in these past 40 minutes, decided to foray out of her box. And now a chance maybe, and a good save by Rosalie Giroir, but it was offside. Hughes Goyette with the chance, however, it wouldn't have counted had it gone in. First little bit of action as Dion's pass finds DePremio. Berg watching her and takes the ball away from DePremio, who then chops at her once more. Pronovost forward. Goyette's pushed in the back by Tremblay. Well defended by number 14. And Mévadion clears it away. Ashley Burdick watches that ball fly overhead. Pronovost and Panazza, who had that good block a moment ago. On for DePremio, outside of the boot pass, just too far for Ashley Burdick, and it's sent back to Fortin. De Leon takes her space, loses it. Aristide, first time for Rachel Vermeer. On for Ashley Burdick, and her touch just a little too heavy. Fortin. Lavoie. Faustini takes it away. She's definitely been the best player for Concordia in this first half. McGill moving forward, and that's going to be a foul on Holly Hartland, and she gets a yellow card for taking down Lavoie. She completely missed the ball, took the player, and is rewarded with a yellow card for her missed challenge. So Honeybone on the free kick for the Martlets. Maybe a chance late in the first half to try and grab the lead. Honeybone's delivery, a decent one, and it's met there by Alexien Tremblay, cleared away momentarily. Devin Vermeer gets to the ball and sees it out of play off Honeybone. It'll be a Martlets throw. Kamdar. Lavoie falls. And it's going to be another Martlets free kick, even though it looked like Lavoie missed the ball entirely. And in the closing stages of this first half, it's McGill knocking on the door. Honeybone stands over the ball, takes her steps back. The box completely full of players at the moment. Stingers in defensive position. Honeybone to deliver. And it's at the front post, punched away by Giroir. Aristide on the rebound, doesn't get a good connection on it. And now a shot from distance goes just wide. That was Aliyah Kamdar with the attempt. Giroir into the middle, headed up by Faustini. Vermeer keeps it moving. Rachel Vermeer tries the other side. It's blocked by the Martlets. Devin fighting for it. Faustini challenging. Kamdar looking for Baldwin. She just keeps it in barely and gets it back for Kamdar. Into the box, Panazza clears it away. Faustini gets it further. Lavoie blocked by Faustini. Rachel Vermeer tries to find Ashley Burdick. A long-range attempt gets blocked. And Goyette cannot control. Can Lavoie keep it in? No, she can't. And it'll roll out for a Stingers goal kick. Giroir. And that will do it for the first half. Rather uneventful in terms of opportunities. These two teams walk to their benches after a scoreless first half. 15 minutes time, we will be back for the second half between the Concordia Stingers and the McGill Martlets in this rivalry game and this breast cancer awareness match. We will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Stinger Stadium for the second half between the Concordia Stingers and the McGill Martlets. The score is 0-0 after one half of footy. We will see what the second half has in store for us. The first half didn't see that many chances. However, we will see if that will change in the second. Ana Maria Di Primio getting us started already on that far side, evading a tackle and running down the wing. So we see a couple changes for McGill, for Concordia, excuse me. De Silva into the game, as well as Yigit. Ashley Burdick has found her way to the bench as Yigit tries to move it forward and couldn't do so. It was blocked by Kamdar. So will this second half be a different story than the first? Yigit looking to change that. Beautiful ball into the box. The Premio coming in. Devin Vermeer on the far side tries to lob one over, and it's off the yellow bar, which is the field goal crossbar. And the McGill Martlets have a goal kick. Dion on the far side. Faustini gets in the way of the ball, and Faustini will watch the Premio reset as Tremblay launches it forward. Vermeer, beautiful control into De Silva, and it's cleared away by McGill's back line. Holly Hartland couldn't stop that ball. However, Devin Vermeer gets back, and Tremblay plays it over for Brianna Panazza. Throw in on the far side for Concordia. Faustini. Devin Vermeer tries a long-range shot, and that one comes kindly to Fortin. Pronovost to the far side. Berg looking long. That's a good ball. Looking for Goyette, but Rosalie Giroir, aware to the situation, comes out and grabs the ball. Godet gets it for Pronovost. Megan Tessier now in the game for McGill, halftime substitute. Berg. That ball a little challenging to control for Pronovost. And it's out for a Concordia goal kick. Right now, one thing that seems to be lacking for both teams is any kind of execution down the middle or even down the wings. The play being broken up in the midfield so often as Holly Hartland cleans up the mess at the back. It's played away, comes back to Tremblay. She tries to settle it down, does, and clears it away. Faustini leaning on Pronovost, who gets away, and Devin Vermeer cleans it up. However, the referee brings it back and calls a foul. So the Martlets, a free kick just past the halfway line. They opt to play it wide with Berg. She tries to use that opportunity to deliver into the box. However, Devin Vermeer quickly closes down the space and blocks it. And it goes out for a Martlets throw. Giroir comes out to pick up the ball. And she will reset as the Stingers head upfield. Will De Silva and Yigit bring a new offensive spark in this second half for the Stingers? We are yet to see. Tremblay. Panazza plays it out wide. DePremio tries to keep it going, and it's back in the possession of McGill, where it's laid off by Tessier. Pronovost. She's being closed down by DePremio. Stays with it. Pronovost. Goyette tries to move it first time. Couldn't do so, and it's cleared away by the Stingers, where Berg keeps it alive. Comes out, and Dion with a throw gets it into Faustini, who had a good first half for Concordia. Very sound defensively. Baldwin. Berg. Dion. Baldwin fighting with Faustini. Quite the duel. The delivery into the box. Panazza is there, and she clears it away. Rachel Vermeer off the knee. Settles it down. Gets it to De Silva. Alexiane Tremblay. Brianna Panazza will step away from Lavoie and get it out wide for Dion. Panazza once more. Giroir. Tremblay under pressure. She has Goyette in front of her. Plays it into the middle. Nice turn by Faustini, who spreads it out wide for DePremio with room to run into. Berg gets back defensively for McGill. And she takes the ball away from DePremio, who has no other option but to foul. Berg. Lavoie tries a little flick, and it only finds Panazza. Vermeer. De Silva fighting with the ball. And now on the far side, the Martlets advance. Here's Tessier. Dion gets it clear. Pronovost. Inchiarte. Pronovost once more. Godet gets it to De Leon, who gets taken down by Rachel Vermeer. Inchiarte out wide for Kamdar. Holly Hartland in the way of the pass. Nice breakout for Rachel Vermeer, who keeps it moving. Yigit can't get to it. Rachel Vermeer tries to clean up. She gets taken down. The free kick for Concordia as Vermeer gets to her feet and looks to be all right. Holly Hartland on the delivery. Headed on by De Silva. Vermeer trying to get to the ball. Fortin will rise and take it out of the air. Alexiane Tremblay. De Silva. And Kiarte. Baldwin, heavy touch, but it finds its way to Kamdar. And Kiarte gets taken down. Yigit just boots it forward. Rachel Vermeer, nice touch into space. 1-on-2 at the back. Vermeer cuts in on her left foot. Rachel Vermeer goes on, plays it out wide. Faustini can put it in the box, cuts back in on the right foot. Faustini! Oh my goodness, did that go in? Oh, what an effort by Faustini. But they do not call it. Bar down off the line. We'll have to take a look at the video here in the booth. But the referee, who is closer than we are, and the linesman as well, deemed it not to have gone in. But what an effort by Faustini cutting in on her right foot. It all started with Rachel Vermeer and that beautiful touch she took into space. And then she found Faustini, who showed her brilliance and how well she's been playing in this game. Cut back on her right foot and smashed it off the crossbar. And unfortunately for Juliana Faustini, it did not find its way across the line. However, here's Yigit, and she's defended well by De Leon. Alexiane Tremblay cleaning up at the back, running all the way to the other side. On she goes. She tries a pass forward, gets taken down. No foul called by the referee. Panazza is back. So Concordia with the best chance of the game. And unfortunately for them, we've seen this so many times so far this season, they have a good chance, just unable to convert. They've managed to generate good chances. They were in the game against Laval, especially in that game in which they lost 2-1 here at home. However, they had so many great opportunities, and the only one that they could ultimately convert was Ashley Burdick's shot off the corner at the end of the game. But they were in that against the best team, or at least one of the best teams in the RSEQ, and they're in this game as well. However, the score does not reflect the quality of the chances. Kamdar. Tessier, nice move. Tessier will play a ball into the box where Rosalie Giroir comes out and takes it. Yigit. Holly Hartland struggling with the ball. Gets beaten to it by Goyette. Holly Hartland recovers, and Goyette tries a little flick back, and Hartland sends it away. Vermeer, under pressure, stays on her feet and gets taken down. Referee, no call. De Silva, almost all alone. Vermeer spreads it out wide. Juliana Faustini keeps it out wide and gets it for Yigit with a chance to deliver into the box. There it is, and it's cleared away by Inkiarte. Tremblay forward once more. Met there by the Martlets. DePremio trying to get to the ball. Messy defending by the Martlets. Vermeer long range. Couldn't convert, couldn't get it on target. Rachel with a long range attempt. As we see Anna Maria DePremio depart from this game. So coming into the game is Emilie Francis for Concordia, replacing DePremio. Yigit gets it to De Silva in Chiarte. De Silva wanted a foul. Referee didn't agree. And here comes Baldwin down the near side. Tremblay trying to get back. Baldwin one-on-one, now one-on-two. Cuts to her left foot. Good cross into the box. No one's there for McGill. Devin Vermeer will clean up. Drops it back nicely for Maeva Dion. Pronovost settles it down. Finds Tessier. And Faustini will watch Rosalie Giroir come and collect the ball. Tremblay. Holly Harlan's pass for Faustini. Faustini gets to her feet, keeps going. Turns, finds a nice ball for Yigit. Yigit driving, cuts back onto her left foot, falls down, and the Martlets take it away. Goyette's Baldwin trying to take it around Tremblay, having none of it. We'll see the ball out of play and leave it for Holly Hartland on the throw. So we're going to see a McGill substitution. That's Goyette coming out of the game here on the near side. And Honeybone comes back into the game for McGill with a short bench. So will Concordia be able to find another opportunity such as the one Juliana Faustini had around 10 minutes ago? Or will this game end 0-0? We'll see with under a half hour to go. Faustini, nice back pressure. She's been stellar. Yigit tries to get it back to Faustini, couldn't do so. And in Chiarte's pass, not a good one, and out of play. Dion. Giroir. Launched it into the middle. In Chiarte had Zidane. De Silva. Wide for Maeva Dion. And then a foul committed by Francis. as the Martlets get the ball back. Ball put into play by the Stingers. Panazza finds Dion. Cuts away from Inchiarte nicely. Francis on the far side takes a touch and whiffs on the delivery into the box, and it'll roll out for a McGill goal kick. Here's Honeybone for the Martlets. Miscommunication with Camdar, and the ball's out of play. Alexiane Tremblay at the back. Brianna Panazza continuing to shine in her retransformation as a center back. Francis delivers a nice ball into the box, and Fortin catches it on the line. Fortin, who hasn't had too much to do in the game so far. Fortunate to see that Faustini shot not find the back of the net. However, the Stingers, apart from that moment, haven't had too many chances in the game as De Silva gets wrestled to the ground. Meva Dion on the free kick for Concordia. Dion delivers into the box. Vermeer is there. Yiga goes for it, and it's right on Fortin. Good chance for the Stingers, who have been the better side here in the second half. Vermeer and Yiget both there. Yiget opting to go for it. Here's De Silva. Crucial block made by Pronovost. Holly Harlan on the throw. Yiget trying to settle it down. Boots it right off the face of Camdar, who seems to be all right. Vermeer trying to apply some pressure. De Leon will switch it nicely to the far side for Baldwin. Berg. Baldwin out wide for Berg. Tessier couldn't control that pass. Devin Vermeer in the 6. Yiget spins away from Camdar, and her pass ultimately a little too strong for De Silva. And De Leon lofts it out of play for a Concordia throw. Yiget goes back to Tremblay. Vermeer spinning away from Inchiarte. Gets back on it. Little Meg by Honeybone. And she settles it down with Pronovost. Inchiarte out wide on this near side for Camdar. Camdar with her head up, looks for an option, only finds Faustini. Faustini keeps on going. The determination Plays it through for Yigit. Being watched by Kamdar. Yigit streaking down the line. Chops back onto her left foot. Nice move. Tries to play a ball into the box, but gets cleaned up by Kamdar. And the ball is cleared away by the Martlets. Vermeer. As Inkiarte gets in front of her, uses her body to draw the foul. And the Martlets get possession. Little "Let's Go Stingers" chant coming from the crowd. As the athletic therapy team is going to have to come check on the Martlets player who is down. Looks like Kamdar can't get to the bench by her own volition. And the Stingers and Martlets will both group up, and we will pause for this injury. So Aliyah Kamdar makes her way to the bench. And she gets a little round of applause as well. Glad to see that she's all right, and she will be subbed off as well.
Throughout the day, the Stingers will be passing by with a QR code that you can scan to donate to the Canadian Cancer Society.
And coming in to replace her is Jenna Ahmed. So Ahmed into the game. First touch on the ball. She finds Honeybone. On she goes. Stingers players stopped playing as they believed the ball had gone out. And they were correct as the linesman calls it. And we will see another substitution. Heading to the bench is Megan Tessier. She was also a halftime substitute, so that's an interesting substitution by head coach Jose Luis Valdez. Coming in to replace her is Kate Logan.
McGill substitution, number 17, Megan Tessie, is out for number 15, Logan.
Devin Vermeer. Dion. Panazza. Oh, look at the speed. Look at the energy. A chance. And it's put wide. Georgia Baldwin, with a burst of speed and determination, she caught Panazza napping and it had a glorious opportunity to steal the lead for McGill, but she put it wide. Wilfred Monti standing at the bench. Probably just had a mini heart attack in that moment, but he's still standing. Berg on the far side. Plays central. Faustini breaks it up. Rachel Vermeer coming back. Getting in the way. Yigit charging forward for the Stingers. Chops inside. Tries to keep going. Coming in to help was Francis. And this ball is played forward. Baldwin running onto it as well. It's cleared away from her. Little smoky smell around the field. Seems that everything is under control. Godetz. Pronovost back for De Leon. Panazza getting in the way defensively. Sees the ball at a play. Baldwin with the through ball. She'll take the throw in or leave it for Berg. Berg's throw in. Panazza's header. Corner Martlets. Poppy Honeybone to take the corner for McGill. 2 unmarked players at the top of the box, so Concordia are going zone. Play towards the back post, headed away by Vermeer. Settled, and a push in the back on Vermeer results in a free kick for Concordia. Panazza. Dion. Panazza back to Giroir. Lavoie. In and around the area. Faustini. Dion. De Silva. Beautiful breakout by the Stingers. Devin Vermeer trying to settle down a challenging ball. Gets it to Holly Hartland. Hartland gets it forward for Yigit. Under pressure from Ahmed, who wins the ball back. Here she is, number 2, the substitute. Gets crushed by Holly Hartland. Yigit has it forward. Vermeer dropping down to pick up the ball. Leaves it for Devin Vermeer. Faustini on the far side. First time high. No one there except a Martlets player. De Silva with a bit of a challenge before. Vermeer trying to get at the ball, and it's in possession with Ahmed. De Leon. Lavoie. And Holly Hartland, under no pressure whatsoever, lets it roll out for a throw. Rachel Vermeer. Yigit. Plays it forward for Vermeer on this near side. And Ahmed pokes it out for a corner. Francis will come over from the other side of the field to take this set piece. Francis's delivery towards the back post. Two Stingers were there, Vermeer and Panazza, but it's Yigit who plays it back. Faustini tries to put it back in the box, and it's thumped away by the Martlets. Pronovost with the clear. Tremblay, De Silva. Gets poked off the ball by Inchiarte. And now a chance maybe for the Marlets to break on the far side. However, it is offside called on the Martlets, and the Stingers will control, as we will see a substitution for the Stingers. Looks like Aristide will be coming back into the game as Brianna Panazza heads to the bench. Francis comes off. No, she moves to left back, as that wouldn't have made much sense. Two players coming off for one, so. So Aristide coming back into the game. Wilfred Monti, head coach for the Concordia Stingers, believes that she can maybe provide a spark in these last 10 minutes and provide the offense that no one's really had so far in this game. Devin Vermeer trying to win the ball back for Concordia. The ball is played through towards Lavoie, however, a little overhit, and she can keep it in. Here come the Marlets. On the far side, Baldwin can try and deliver one into the box. She's under pressure, being watched by two Stingers. Yigit gets to the ball and pokes it out of play. Dion. Yigit clears it for Concordia. Inchiarte guides it back. Sent forward by the Marlets. Devin Vermeer picks up the ball, weaving away from the onrushing attackers. Rachel Vermeer will try and spread it out wide. However, Ahmed gets in the way. Francis, Vermeer, Faustini with room. Juliana Faustini, definitely man of the match so far. Woman of the game, woman of the match. Dion heads it away. Yigit with pressure in her back. Francis clears it. Lauren Kern getting a touch on the ball on the bench. Long-time starter for the Concordia Stingers. Injured this year, unfortunately, in what was going to be maybe her last year on the team. But she's there supporting as sort of an assistant coach, encouraging her team and helping them try and find some quality this year so that maybe she can cheer them on in the playoffs as well. Giroir. Vermeer. Faustini finds a through ball. Aristide couldn't get to it. It's cleared away by the Martlets. Holly Hartland gets it back from Aristide. Glides inside, plays it out wide. Good ball, Aristide Puts the ball into the box. It's cleared away by De Leon. Stingers applying some late pressure, as any goal now would surely be the winner. So, Concordia substitution. Yigit heads off. And until I can see her number, I won't exactly be able to tell you who came on in her stead. Holly Hartland sends one into the box. It's headed up. Aristide fighting for it. And that's Miransoa, Andrea Mihamisoa, who came on. Fans not happy with the referee's call there, as we hear some noise from the crowd.
Concordia senior, number 8, Nuantu, Andrea Misu.
Aristide goes on. Nice play. This is that spark. This is that speed that she brings as she takes down Ahmed. Referee doesn't call anything. It's played in the direction of Kate Logan. However, it's picked up by Rosalie Giroir. Alexiane Tremblay will step away from Lavoie, spread it out wide. Holly Hartland sends it to the middle. Dion. Andrea Mihamisoa. Francis on the far side, looked offside, and she is. Referee took his time calling it. De Silva. Headed on by the Martlets, settled by Honeybone. She steps away from Faustini, lays it back. Pronovost. Godets. Foul by Andrea Mihamisu. And the ball is put out of play. Beautiful defense by Andrea Hamisua. Faustini. Francis. Vermeer tried to flick it on. Devin Vermeer. Aristide. Nice back heel for Holly Hartland running onto it. Hartland with a little step over. Gets it back towards Aristide. Faustini takes a touch. Faustini! Ambitious. That would have been her crowning moment in the game. Player of the game by far. As it's back in play, poor clearance by Fortin. De Silva couldn't control, and it's out for a deep, deep throw-in for the Martlets. Ahmed on the throw-in. Honeybone into the middle. Inkiarte. Holly Hartland gets there. Two players on her. Tries to get it away. Can't get it very far. Kate Logan. Plays it into the middle. Pronovost out wide. Berg. looking for Baldwin. She can't keep it in, and it's out for a Stingers throw on the far side as we creep towards the 90th minute in a 0-0 game here at Stinger Stadium. Couple chances in the second half for both teams. Best chance of the game falling to Faustini, who couldn't capitalize on the moment but came so close. And then a slip up at the back by Concordia gave Baldwin a chance to try and sneak one in. However, she was unable to hit the target. And those have been the best chances of the game. But it's still 0-0 after 90 minutes. Honeybone takes a touch, comes in and lashes one high. Honeybone with maybe a good opportunity to try and get the 3 points. However, she could not keep the shot down, leaning back just a little too much. Giroir. De Silva, nice touch. Vermeer on for De Silva. Back to Vermeer. Tries a chip ball, looking for Miransoa. Aristide. Vermeer showing some energy. And the referee calls a foul. And you have to wonder why. Godet's out wide to Berg. Ball flies over Mevadion's head. And Alexandre Tremblay pokes it out for a corner that the Stingers will have to defend. Martlet's showing a bit of urgency as Honeybone gets to the corner. Sets the ball and prepares to take this outswinger. All the Stingers in and around the box except Gaudet. It's played to the front post. It'll come back to Honeybone. Maybe a chance to deliver once more. Sends it towards the penalty spot. It goes high. And Vermeer gets there. She charges towards the ball to keep it alive. Rachel Vermeer showing some urgency. Faustini making a run down the middle. Can Vermeer find her? She plays the through ball. And Fortin coming out of the net collects. Vermeer, what a control. Spreads it out wide. Miransoa. Gets poked off the ball by Berg. Baldwin. Finds it central. Pronovost charging forward for the Martlets. Her pass, a bad one, intercepted by Francis. De Silva will spread it out wide. Miransoa. And that will do it for the game as the referee blows his whistle. The game ends 0-0. Concordia versus McGill in this breast cancer awareness match. And the final score is 0-0 for Colin van den Mele and Blake Suraga and the rest of the team that bring you these games. We'd like to thank you for watching. It's a point apiece, and Concordia pick one up as well. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.